All right, let's take a closer look at the state of U.S.-Russian relations. And for that, we are joined once more by Angela Stent, the director of the Center for Eurasian, Russian, and East European Studies at Georgetown University School of Foreign Service. Nice to see you again, Angela.
Nice to be here again.
Is there anything to be made of Vladimir Putin's decision to go to China at the time when Secretary of State Clinton was making her first official visit to Moscow?
I wouldn't make too much of it. I mean, Prime Minister Putin is a busy man, and Secretary Clinton is meeting with her counterpart, Secretary Lavrov. But I think it does remind us, as the Russians want us to know, that they are an important regional power and that they have a diversity of interests, that China is an important energy partner, political partner, economic partner, just in case we hadn't remembered that.
And there was another reminder today. The Russian foreign minister, as you point out, made remarks backing away from sanctions against Iran. Earlier, President Medvedev seemed to be more open to the idea of sanctions. So where does Russia really stand?
Well, I think we shouldn't read too much sometimes into the remarks that are made by some Russian officials. I was with a group last month that met both with Putin and Medvedev and with Mr. Lavrov, and there we had the distinct impression that Russia did not think that imposing more stringent sanctions on Iran would get us anywhere. And the remark that President Medvedev made, remember, was sometimes sanctions do have to be imposed, although they're really not the most productive way to go. And so I think we're back to where we've always been, which is that the Russians are extremely reluctant to impose more stringent sanctions on Iran because of their own political and economic interests with Iran.
And those interests are fairly significant. I mean, they do a lot of trade, and they also do a lot of nuclear dealing with Iran.
Yes, and they've, of course, helped the Iranians construct this new nuclear power plant, the Bushehr plant, which is about ready to start operations. And they have plans in the works, maybe to build another 8 or 9 of these reactors if they go forward. And they have significant other economic ties with Iran. And they're really Iran's most important great power interlocutor, and they want to keep that role.
Another thing being reported on, but not that frequently really, is the START talks, which are continuing. This is trying to come up with a new agreement between the U.S. and Russia on nuclear warheads. How are they doing? Are they making progress?
I think they're doing quite well. This is one area where you have a structure in place that's working quite well. They're very intense, the talks. Our own negotiators are in Geneva all the time talking to their Russian counterparts. The clock is ticking. The agreement expires on December the 5th, although one could agree to continue it before a new treaty is signed. But I would say that's one area where the reset button is working pretty well.
And finally, with 30 seconds really to go, it said that Secretary Clinton and the Russians also spoke about Afghanistan today. What help, if any, can the Russians really offer us when it comes to Afghanistan?
Well, the Russians are offering us considerable assistance, allowing us now to fly military transportation, military goods over the territory of the Russian Federation. The Russians do not want NATO and the United States to fail in Afghanistan, but there is a limit to what they can do to help us, given their own experience there, too.
Angela Stent, always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.